All right, here we go. Yo, 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 what up, though, man? H-Town in the building, GT GARZA in the building, CEO. You know what I'm saying? Artist, you know what I'm saying? Make things happen, man. Mogul moves is good, my boy.
Man, I'm doing good. You all right?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to sit down with you. You know what I'm saying? To get to hear your journey. Man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you get artists, but not a lot of times you also get an artist and a CEO and running a label, especially in a digital world. So I definitely want to tap into that, man. But before we get started, new single out, SOB doing your thing with the virtual show, man. Kind of tell me, man, how is that, man? And how did you get linked up with SOB, legendary venue out of New York?
Man, first off, shout out to Smooth Vega for linking me up.
Gatekeeper.
Man, they were just looking for dope, you know, Latin, Mexicano MCs, you know what I'm saying, to rock a show for Cinco de Mayo. And you know, we knew we had the juice.
Got you.
So we went ahead and just, you know, rocked it for them one time. So salute to them for letting me, you know, grace the stage. And then, you know, the single drop. So everything just been snowballing, man. It's been feeling great.
So tell us a little bit about that single, man, that just dropped. Like, give us, what is the feeling? What is the emotion? Like, what can people expect to get out of this new single?
The new single is Fuck With a Mexican. Okay. And it's really for all people. It's for everybody. Because everybody fuck with a Mexican.
Facts.
In their own way. So however you fuck with a Mexican, that's how it's going to hit you.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So just in general, man, I think each one of the artists, myself, Coast, Buns, we all had a piece that we wanted to get off our chest.
Gotcha.
And was like, this is why you should come fuck with a Mexican if you don't already fuck with a Mexican.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
The whole theory behind the song, like, what made you sit down and kind of decide to do that type of content as far as come fuck with a Mexican? Like, what went through your mind when you created that song?
To me, I'm an artist of the people.
Okay.
Like, I consider myself one with the people.
Got you.
So I make music with them, for them. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's things that I went through that they went through, and things that they want me to say that can maybe uplift them. Gotcha. Or represent them in a stronger manner to make them feel more prideful. Like, yeah, man, this is for us. Like, this is something I can rock to. I can wake up and go exercise to this.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? He's speaking for me. You know, people that ain't got the voice.
Gotcha.
Maybe it's a little kid somewhere in Texas that's in a small town, and this song make him want to go, you know, do something positive.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Come fuck with a Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So, like, Houston native. Mexican descent.
For sure.
Growing up, what was it like for you in H-Town, man? Like, what part of Houston are you from, and what was that upbringing like for you?
I'm from the southwest side. Okay. So I'm from Fondren West Airport.
Okay.
And it's a black neighborhood. So I grew up predominantly in a black neighborhood, the only Mexican kid in my neighborhood, basically.
Got you.
So music, everything that I've been through has always been like, all right, I know I'm the only Mexican in my crew, going to the park, going to these, you know, everything, going to the mall, all that stuff, you know what I mean? So, you know, going through middle school and high school, I start to run into more Mexican and Latino people and, you know, connecting with them and seeing what's going on. You know, and when you're young, you never really leave your neighborhood, your hood.
That's
like,
right.
You there until you're like 15, 16, and you know what I'm saying? You might catch the bus to the mall or do something, but you don't got no whip or no car, so you hanging with your partners at the park all the time.
For sure.
And that's how I gradually just started getting into rhyming. You know what I'm saying? I just watch my partners rhyme and do all that shit, and then it kind of be like, yo, man, that shit tight. You know, I want to get into that.
Got you. Like, we're hanging out with in a predominantly black neighborhood. Did people look at you as Mexican, or did they just look at you like he light skinned? He just a black
Bro,
person?
we was just kids. So we were just like, bro, we was breaking into houses doing dumbass shit. Like, you know, just as kids, you're not even thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the skin color and all that stuff.
I mean, even to this day, I don't even think like that. It's just, you know, growing up, I was just having fun, wilding out with my partners, stealing bikes, breaking in houses, and, you know, thugging it out with the homies, you know what I'm saying? That's the only people I know, you know what I mean?
Got you. Now, do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My mom, my dad, my sister, my dad's from Laredo, Texas.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? My mom's from Galveston, Texas. And to me, having them both there, it just makes things so much easier when I'm connected to like a border town.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because I went to live in Laredo, Texas in 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? And everything changed up for me then.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was really out there messing with my people. You know what I mean? And it was super dope. You know what I'm saying? So,
had you ever caught slack? Because, you know, like, if you look at certain section of the country, it's different. Like, you know, like some people, I think I saw like a dispute like in, I don't know where I was looking at, maybe on YouTube or something, where it was talking about like Hispanics in Florida and Hispanics in California. They kind of stick to themselves. They don't really hang with quote unquote blacks. But like Texas, maybe it was Sauce Walker was talking about this. It's like, but in Texas, black and brown.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Man, Texas is a melting pot, especially Houston.
Yeah.
Like on the southwest side of Houston, you have Asian, Nigerian, you got Indian, like right where the mall that I go to is called Sharpstown Mall, like literally a block down, it's called the Gandhi District. You know what I mean? So it's just a melting pot of different cultures all in one. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got their own hustle, their own style, or whatever they doing. You know what I'm saying? They either selling jewelry, they grinding. You know what I'm saying? They getting busy. So for us, it was just music that clicked to me. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So I know in other areas it may be a little bit more segregated. You know what I'm saying? But for us, you know, that's just how we grew up.
Have you ever caught that slack or that backlash? Because, and we'll get to it in a minute, you touring and everything, but being, you know, Mexican and things of that nature, when you go somewhere else, they may say, oh, you kind of talk like you hang around black people, or you kind of got that sound. Do they give you have you ever ran into somebody giving you a hard time for, you know, just kicking it, partners with black people?
I might have heard it or seen it around, but I've never entertained it because I'm Mexican, bro. Like, that's in my bloodline. Like, that's who I am from birth. You know what I mean? And to the fans, to myself, like, I represent the Mexican culture in the most proper, I'm finna break your ass off, but in a respectful way, to where I think everybody can be like, you know what? I fuck with old dude. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with little dude. You know what I'm saying? He cool.
For sure.
So it's more so just stepping to the mic and just showing people who I am and representing my people the right way.
Okay. So like right now, man, let's get into the I guess the breakdown of the music or who GT Garza is as an artist, and then we get to GT Garza as the CEO. If you could define yourself to those who may not ever heard of you as an artist, who is GT Garza as an artist? Like, how would you define yourself?
Man, kid, I'm an artist that need more females at his shows. Nah, man, I grew up off of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like, Fat Pat is probably my favorite MC of all time.
Okay.
Pimp C, and then, you know, growing up, I started getting into like Bone, Do or Die. A lot of East Coast rap started hitting me, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of different things. Pharoah Monch, you know what I mean? And all these people like kind of influenced me to rhyme, you know what I mean? And being from the South, it just connected with the Southern culture, and I just kind of connected both. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a Southern dialect with a little bit of extra on it.
Yeah, got that the bars, you know what I'm saying?
You know
Definitely,
what I mean?
Absolutely. So from the freestyling, you know what I'm saying, and rapping with your partners in the park and who you was kicking it with, at what point did you decide to step out and say, you know what, I'm going to take this serious?
I don't really even think it was my decision. I had a bunch of homies push me into a battle one time. And I've told this story a bunch of times, man, but I ended up winning a pair of rims at a car show.
Okay.
And from this car show, man, I didn't have no car. I'm like 16, you know what I'm saying? And this like in the early 2000s when like 20s was like...
the thing.
Bro,
man.
They was hidden. So a dude that was a judge at the show was like, man, I give you $1,000 for them rims you just won. And I was like, what? Like, bro, my mom working 2 jobs. I'm watching her bust her ass. I'm like, I'm trying to get some school clothes. I'm trying to be fly.
Yeah.
Come off that band. You know what I'm saying? So I got $1,000 for rapping. My first time, like I never touched $100.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I'm in the hood chilling with my partners. And so from that, I bought all my school clothes and basically was like, you know what, if this is a way to help my mom out, I'm gonna do this shit.
Got you.
And that was just my way to get out the hood or get myself just clothes on my back that I just wanted to rock.
Do you remember the first time you actually started going into the studio and record?
Yeah, I was super trash. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's not what it is today.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, like all that made me who I am today.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like going through those open mics, going to those battles, going through rocking over tight beats, shitty beats, and being in the studio with my peers and people that, you know, I connect with. Like all that helped me step my game up. You know what I'm saying? To make me perform better, make me rap better, and just be doper.
Got you. Now, we in a world, man, where a lot of people punch in now. We in a world where a lot of artists punch in now. Some people don't write, which is cool. Some people do the Wayne or Jay-Z route where they collect in their mind. They just let a beat rock for a minute, smoke a blunt or two, collect the lyrics and be like, okay, I'm ready. When it comes to your creative process, like how do you approach music when you in the studio?
Man, I actually record myself.
Okay.
So all my CDs since like 2013, whether it be the illest, Batteries Not Included 3, Brown by Honor 1, 2, or 3 that's out now, I just record myself. So basically, the reason why I did it was I would have engineers basically record me, but basically they would put their settings or how they heard the record. And by the time I was done, that wasn't how I heard the record or how I wrote it. So it made me want to build my own studio and be like, I'm going to write music and do things how I want to do it in my way.
Gotcha.
So every time I go to the studio, at first I was just writing. I was writing music, putting it together. And then once I became so good at Pro Tools and knowing how to just put a song together, I stopped writing.
Gotcha.
And it became like almost like a punching rap, where it was like, I'm going to go line for line until the whole song's done.
But you get to take your time because it's you engineering yourself.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Gotcha. And there's nobody that can tell me like, man, when you going to be done? When you going to do this? Yeah. And really like when you do it line for line or you kind of freestyle it, it's more based off of emotion.
Gotcha.
And you get the most like initial reaction to how that beat made you feel, and you just go at it.
Now, some may argue though, punching in may become cookie cutter because there's not a lot of thought that goes into it, and a lot of people that's how records start sounding the same.
For sure.
For some people, do you ever fall into that situation? Or is just saying like, hey, it's not a such thing as a record sounding the same. It's just my style that you're getting used to.
Every beat is different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never going to approach the same beat the same.
But have you ever been in a position like, I rock with the baby, I like the baby, but sometimes the baby will feel like one long song, just the beat switches up.
And then he might say the song in the beat, like the hook will be somewhere in just the verse that he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie, like to me, sometimes that's cool.
Gotcha.
Because when people overthink the hook and it fucks the song up,
gotcha, then
it'd be like, you should have just ran with what you already had. You overthought it.
And I hear people say that sometimes, like coming with writing and almost start to feel like homework. Like
bro, like it feels like you're writing a paper every day. And it's like it becomes more of a job and it doesn't seem fun.
But here's my thing. I think women like to write and men don't.
Both. Because to me, penmanship still counts.
Yeah,
penmanship and your artistry and showing who you really are and taking your time to deliver a record and giving them who you are, like that still counts.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But sometimes you don't need to write how you feel.
You know how you feel.
You know how you feel. So just put it down.
Because like majority of female artists that I interviewed, they are still writers.
For sure.
Like they sit down and be like, when I go to the studio, I'm like all the way prepared. I didn't rehearse these songs. I didn't got these songs and I'm ready. Most dudes be like, bro, not writing. Drop the beat.
Yeah.
Punching this shit in. Maybe it's just the guy.
Everybody has their own, because as artists, everybody got their own tick or something that's just like their own quirk or something that's about them that makes them them.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So for some people, like a Wayne or a Jay, they could probably just go in and just write 3 verses in their head and go in and spit.
Yeah.
Some people be like, I'm going to do it line for line. I'm going to just go off the emotion.
Gotcha.
You know, I heard Kanye say he don't even like hearing the beat. He just want to go in the studio and then, when the beat plays, he just gonna hum and like basically mumble some.
So he find the cadence and
Until,
find what he
because
wants.
what he's doing is letting it speak from the soul.
Got you.
And then he's filling in the words.
Got
so
you.
the beat's kind of guiding him along the way instead of sitting on it and being like, what should I say?
That's real.
I don't know. Let me go from this line to this line. And
Got
then
you.
basically just write a paper. Like a intro body conclusion.
So you go being an artist and pushing yourself, you jump into your CEO bag, man. So kind of tell us about the label, how many artists is on this label?
Man, right now we got Crystal Poppin', my partner BUNZ Buns, and Cassette Coats.
Got you.
Crystal Poppin' right now, phenomenal artist, man. We got a partnership with Latium Entertainment. Shout out Charles Chavez. Shout out my dog Rob G. She got killer singles, bro.
Got you.
Dope look, dope MC. You know what I mean? She just really got something that's special.
How did you come across Crystal Poppin' and build that relationship? Because her name is definitely buzzing everywhere right now.
Man, that's my G, man. My partner Money Mike actually linked me up with KP and her team.
Okay.
And we were going on a tour called Halos and Horns.
Okay.
And she was actually, you know, doing her circuit and doing her runs. And they were like, yo, we want to, you know, jump on your tour and see what's going on. And so I was like, bet, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let them jump on the tour, get their thing in, and, you know, we'll see what goes down. And I had never really thought about signing an artist or starting a label really per se. I had the label, but I was the only person on the label type shit. And then when I heard her and I seen her on stage, I was like, yo, kid, like, this ain't just some regular shit.
Right.
This shit tight. And that made me be like, you know what? I think we need to look into this and like really try to figure out what we can do with this. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see something that's that dope, you can't just let it slide.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be like, yo, I want to look into this and see like what can happen from this.
I know we was talking off camera, and I want to bring shed light to this topic: industry plant, organic versus non-organic. Like, if you can define in your mind, what is an industry plant?
To me, I would say, like the conversation we had earlier, is if you put out a product and another company basically tries to mimic or emulate what you're doing already and basically put out something to try to crash what you started.
Gotcha.
And maybe they don't crash it, but maybe it just mixes into the lane to where labels know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if they see something jump or a sound or a particular like look is jumping, they're going to try to flood it with as many people that look or sound like that and try to eat off of that trend while it's hot.
Got you.
So to me, that's the difference between like organic and like an industry plant.
Okay.
Organically is from the roots. You know, I'm sure even if you were like an artist that quote as an industry plant, I know everybody has a struggle in a story.
Absolutely.
But some of us don't have the same assets that others are using behind.
Should we punish that person for having those assets, right?
Definitely not.
Because, yes, I may have a label behind me.
For sure.
But you may have a dope boy behind you funneling the same type of money.
Facts.
Is it not organic because it's marketing
dollars?
Does
that D-boy have the same connects that you do in the industry because you've made millions with industry connects and radio and different things like that? That D-boy doesn't have those connects.
But he had the same money.
Same money, but money doesn't always buy you respect or get you in the game.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, there's people with millions. It's probably like, I don't know how many people in all over the country that got money behind them that's probably not doing nothing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And there's probably a person that tomorrow put up a song on SoundCloud or TikTok like we was talking about that just blow the fuck up.
So we about to play a game that I just created in my head and I hope it go well. And we're going to call it, Is It Organic? And I'm going to say a couple of scenarios and you tell me if it's organic or not organic. Okay?
Shit. I bet.
Here we go. So the first one we just said, a dope boy put up 100,000 behind an artist. Is it organic?
Yes.
Okay. Record label puts up $100,000 behind an artist plus the connection. Is it organic?
Yes and no. Yes, for the fact that you still have to do the same formula that the next artist has to do, which is make TikTok challenges, go on IG, promote your content, your video. The difference is maybe the D-boy don't have the same connections to the A&Rs or labels or producers that the actual company that's behind you does.
Okay. So an artist who puts a song up on SoundCloud or YouTube today goes viral without any marketing dollars. Is it organic or not organic?
Super organic.
Okay. An artist who puts a song up on YouTube and paid for promotion via blogs, ads, and TikTok influencers, is it organic?
Yes. Because you can't, even if it's paid for, you can't make somebody just like some shit.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
So then I'm going to counter that. Just because a label has all the money and all the connections,
facts,
it still don't make somebody like it.
Hell no. No, never.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I would say right now in this time, there's a formula, but there's not a formula. Because there's probably 1,000 people right now that's like, I'm finna make a TikTok challenge for my song, and that hoe finna pop.
Gotcha.
And that hoe don't do shit.
That's real.
You know what I mean? It's just the formula of what they think's supposed to be going on at the moment. So whether you're a D-boy with an artist or a label, you're a big label, you're still doing the same formula in hopes of this hoe gonna stick.
And make some money from it, for sure. We went through what's organic or not organic. Like, when I think of an industry plant, in my mind, you put somebody in the industry to try to swerve the industry to a different direction. For example, some people may possibly look at Tekashi as an industry plant. You know, for the longest, the industry has been built on street codes. Everybody trying to live through a street code. Tekashi tore down everything street code, and everything is being put behind him to say it's okay to snitch. Nobody's going to touch you if you snitch. You can still go to Orlando the other day and walk away $100K from a show and snitch. Like, you get these things placed in place to try to sway the audience to a different direction.
I'll tell you like this. And I don't know, I mean, I've only heard online about old Buddy and what's going on with him. But I think once you get to a level of success where you're in the pop market of whether you be like black, Mexican, white, Asian, you just all over the place getting popping, some people don't care about snitching. It's not the street code for them.
Majority of people don't care about snitching.
We from a hood or from a place where snitching is a no-go.
Facts.
So for us, we know better. But for some people, they don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Majority of people don't.
So he's rocking with those people that are like, I don't care about the guidelines. I'm going to do it this way.
Gotcha.
So there are codes and, things of invisible rules that certain people go by. You know what I'm saying? And he just don't go by those rules, which is on him.
So, question then. Because we got a great compare and contrast. You got Tekashi 6ix9ine, who snitched, did his little time, came out on top, making it bag. You got Bobby Shmurda, who didn't snitch. In fact, took more time so his partner can get less time, who came home earlier than him. Mm-hmm. And it looked like his career may not even get back to what it was.
But the respect level of his peers, now say this, some people do care about money more than self-pride or respect on themselves.
That's real.
Now, not every person is like that. You know what I mean? Some people respect their homeboy to the point where it's like, if we broke together, we broke together.
But not even putting the pressure on Bobby to be something else. Why isn't his fan base championing him?
I would say
the same way Tekashi fan base uplifted him.
Well, I can only speculate because from what I seen on the internet, I seen Quavo go pick him up. You know what I'm saying? Take him to his fam. Let them come up the right way, and that's just and Quavo went in from Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bobby Shmurda from New York. So I think it's more of a respect value of, I see what you did for your people
Gotcha.
and your partners. And that goes so much further than money to some people.
That's real. Yeah, so like what so then this is my thing when it comes to Tekashi and Bobby Shmurda. Low key, Bobby Shmurda should have got out. His team should have got with Tekashi, who his label team, whatever. I hire him for marketing. I know he was like this whole thing. I don't want to deal with a snitch. Blah blah blah. That's cool. But that whole thing of okay, you saw Tekashi got out, but he was silent on the internet. Then it gave you a countdown when he was about to go live for the first time, and it built this whole type of build up waiting for him to go live. So whether you hated Tekashi or you loved Tekashi, when he finally went live, it went crazy. Like millions or whatever it was on his live, 2 million people jumped on his live.
For sure. I tell you like this.
It's a marketing build up.
Marketing build up. But I know like this. Bobby Shmurda hasn't had the time to put out enough records that Tekashi has.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, and that goes back to me saying, like, some people respect more of what you do for your partners and how you treat people than money.
But for him, professionally, does that work out for his pockets and his legacy? Like, yeah, people will walk around forever and say Bobby a real nigga.
You got to think about this. He's never even had a shot to put out another single that had like a Nicki Minaj or a Cardi on it. Tekashi had a few of them. So,
but you would think people, and maybe it's premature. Maybe
when
the summer.
Now that he's out, I'm pretty sure these like, trust me, if he ain't already got a deal, he finna get one.
But I know he's battling with his old label deal, and I was listening to academics talk about it a little bit, where a lot of people feel like he got it got to hit, and if it don't hit, Bobby Shmurda's career may be done.
I mean, everybody got a time. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that's like.
But the thing is that he's supposed to be in the contrast to Tekashi.
Well, I would say
the real nigga versus the snitch.
On a commercial level, he still got a lot of work to do because he just got out. He still got to make singles. He still got to put in a little bit more work. Like I said, I would say the other cat, he had a little bit more commercial success because he put out songs with like Nicki's and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Things that Bobby didn't have a chance to do yet because as soon as his first single popped, he went through his incident. So
if you being a label CEO and you had an artist like Bobby coming home, how would you market him? How would you package him to re-enter society to try to at least regain or outdo the momentum he had before going in?
I wouldn't even say me. I would just say in general, I know there's a label or somebody ready to get him off his old label if he is stuck, to put marketing dollars and money in his pocket to do a whole new wave because even though Tekashi 6ix9ine is commercially bigger than him at the moment, there are people that are ready to hear Bobby Shmurda. And they want to see him get to that commercial success just for the fact that he did what he did for his partner. You know what I mean? So maybe at this moment he's not as big, but I think it's too soon to say what he can do. Or what he's gonna do.
How important then is he hadn't released a single yet? How important this first single need to be a smash? Is it a lot of pressure on him? Like this one has to be a hit coming out the gate?
Nah, because he's out now. So now you in the free world. You got as much time as you need. I would say Rowdy came out. And he's on the CJ record. He on some like Southern records. Like he beast. So I know that that's all they're doing is putting out, you know, rebel shit right now. So it's gearing up for Bobby shit. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it would have been better for Rowdy to wait until Bobby got out and then?
Nah, you can't put a formula on that. You because them boys been sitting down for a minute. They're ready to go. Like I know like marketing wise, you be like, okay, Bobby need to come out first, but like, man, people just waiting to hear these people's voice. They connect with the people.
So why couldn't he just wait then? Why jump out there if people already been waiting for 7 years?
I don't think it was something that, and then like I said, this is all speculation. I can't speak on somebody else.
Yeah, in this barbershop talk right now.
But I like how I am with my partners. Like, hey man, if you ready to take off, you ain't gotta wait on me.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, go get your bread. Go get your stock up. you just got out of jail. Like, go get your money, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then when I'm ready, like, we're going to have some more plays and bigger money to get.
Got you.
But, like, if you ready right now and you tired of waiting on me, go ahead and get it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, just as partners, like, maybe that's a conversation they could have had behind closed doors. It was like, you know what, bro? Like, while I'm getting my shit together and trying to, you know, focus, maybe he got some family stuff he want to focus on before he jump back into rap. You know, Roddy's like, shit, I'm ready to get back to it. You know, you never know.
For sure. Before we get out of here, I want to know, what do you think of Hispanic rap or Mexican rap, the state of Mexican hip-hop right now? What is your feeling about it? Are you feeling elated? Because I'm proud of y'all, because for the longest, you know, especially black community, when somebody said they can rap or hoop or play football, we hold that shit to the highest standard. You better come with bars and bars.
I'm not good at none of that shit.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of time as blacks, when we were introduced to Mexican rap, it was more that Chicano type of rap. But now it seems like I'm not no diss to Chicano rap, but I never resonated with it. But now y'all sounding like the hip hop as I know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really got a lot of Mexicans, Hispanics in the game that's putting pressure for sure. Like, how do you feel about where y'all stand in hip hop right now?
I definitely want to bridge the gap.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because I go to black clubs. I go to Mexican clubs. I grew up with a bunch of my partners is black, bro.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm comfortable wherever I'm at.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel good wherever I'm at. The music that I make is strictly for the people that I know that can relate to me.
Gotcha.
And if, you know, other people pick up on it and be like, yo, that fool wrecking, or he going hard, or I can respect what he doing for his people, then I can rock with that.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever felt out of place at a black club?
Hell no.
Have you ever took your black friends to an all Mexican club?
Yes.
So
I just did it.
So I went to a Mexican club in Mexico. I went to Mexico City.
Oh, you crazy.
And
He wilding for that.
I'm trying to think of the name of the city. It started with an X. Zion? No, I can't think of the name of the city. Anyway.
Oh, you deep in the town somewhere.
So I'm in there. So I'm in Mexico City. I'm at the hotel. So the NFL brought us out there to do, you know, like a football camp, work with kids and stuff. And so, you know, we get there that, like, I want to say like that Friday. And a couple of my guys that I played college ball with, that also played pro ball, was flown down too. So we like, man, we about to go out. None of us speak Spanish. So we pile up in this little ass Toyota as a taxi. And we like, yo, take us where all the clubs at. So we pull up. First of all, you see niggas with M16s, ARs
That's
everywhere, just in the parking lot. They pulling up in like war type of Jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
They not letting us in the club though. He's like, fuck no. Like, why are y'all here? They not letting us in. So a group of dudes came in like, yo, they with us. When they say they with us, everybody just partied. I'm like, oh shit. We like with some cartel type shit. So we in there drinking. So the mariachi on the stage, you know, doing their thing, do. Everybody turned up, and then it's like when they saw us, everything was like, everybody looking like.
What is that? The needle scratch.
Because you got to understand, number one, we black, but number two, we're not your average size black. We all play pro ball, so you got to understand the size. They
y'all taller than a motherfucker.
They looking like, yo, so they like, yo, you need some coke. What you need? Like they said everything our way. But no, man, that was my experience. My first time, and my only time actually being in a predominantly Mexican club is in Mexico City.
Well, shit, then you already know what's up. That's dope. But if you come to like any, you know, Mexican clubs in Texas or anywhere else, you know, in the States, it'd probably be a little lighter than that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, every club gonna be strapped up. But, you know, it's just different when you go to other countries. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch how you move. And that's in any country.
That's
you go
real.
to Japan, Tokyo, you gotta watch. You can't even smoke weed in certain places.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So you always just, you know, got to move a certain way when you're just in a new area.
So we end on this. Speaking of, you said strapped up. Texas just passed a law that you don't need a license to carry.
For sure.
How do you feel about that being passed? Is this a plus?
Man. You know what? People are so crazy in nature. I couldn't tell you if it's a pro or a con because of the fact that I don't think everybody thinks the same way.
Gotcha.
Everybody doesn't hold the same type of guidelines and stipulations or stature towards people as we think.
Gotcha.
So I think maybe by doing that, a simple argument could escalate into some shit that didn't need to happen, and because of this law, a lot of people might get shot up from this shit.
So this is my theory. I feel like the places that are normally peaceful will be even more peaceful, and the places that are already normally violent will become more violent.
How do you feel about it?
So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's okay. It got its pros and its cons.
Yeah,
because the fact is, if you somewhere where you know everybody got a gun, the simplest shit can get you smoked. So you kind of like, I'm not about to do this stupid shit because 9 times out of 10, this person got a gun too.
For sure.
That can hold you off. But the places where people don't think like that, you're not going to see that in what's a wealthy area of Houston?
The Woodlands.
Like the Woodlands. It's just going to become more peaceful because 9 times out of 10, they probably got a bunch of guns anyway. But now they could just go get more guns, and nobody's going to go out to the Woodlands and do anything. But when you in the hood, now you just made it access.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so, it's different on how you view or what you're going through.
I feel like, now that you said that, I feel like it's an attack on black and brown people. Poor people are going to kill each other more with this law than people who are doing well for themselves. Because what you're doing is you're allowing more access to a place where people don't have as much assets or means to living, have a good living of life. They're going to start smoking each other.
And a lot of people probably would look at that law and be like, damn, now that I don't have to have any kind of paperwork to carry a gun, I'm just finna go get that motherfucker.
There you go.
Just to have that. I wish somebody would step on me and just press on my house. I'm gonna blast your ass.
But the thought that you have is more of a hood
But that's
thought.
what I'm saying. Like, you put that thought in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't even thinking like that. So me being a sound mind, I take it as, I know what the fuck that means, but not everybody's like that. So that's what I mean. Like, it's a pro and con to that shit.
For sure. Hey, man. Well,
that shit crazy, bro.
It's wild, man. But, hey, hip-hop is dangerous. It's crazy right now. That means everybody in the audience about to be strapped.
Hey, I hope they shooting for me.
Hey, man, the shooters then took over hip-hop, man, so be safe out here. I liked it better when it was the hustlers, even the drug users that was running hip-hop. But now the shooters is running hip-hop. Everybody in the crew is a shooter. You know what I'm saying? It's rough out here, so be safe, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Y'all stay safe out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch your surroundings. Show respect. You know what I'm saying? Check in when you got to check in. You know what I'm saying? And show love. Hey, man. New single out. Hey, GT Garza, I appreciate you sitting down with me, man. I definitely got to come tap in with you when I get H-Town. Always, man. That gin hidden. Hey. Hey, man. I appreciate you for having me out, man. Bless. For sure. Peace. Yeah, love.